to Forever Sorting with Kevin A. Hinkle.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Welcome to another episode of Forever Sorting.
Hey, Kevin. How's it going? It's good to see you.
It's good to be seen. It's good to be seen. How are you?
I'm alive.
You. That is great to hear. So how am I looking? Is the quality okay?
Let me see. What do you mean?
Is it choppy?
Oh no, we are totally good. It's like you have all of the Connecticut internet right now.
Okay, good.
Did Reed make you a cord?
Well, so my mother is not here using Wi-Fi right now.
Oh.
My wife is not here using Wi-Fi right now.
Oh.
My older son is here, but I have him on a task upstairs, so he's not using Wi-Fi right now. So I think I'm the only human being in this house using Wi-Fi at the moment.
That's crazy.
So, but I went back. I'm at a stage in our program where a lot and not a lot of things happen in a short period of time in my life. In our episodic tale, where I'm actually losing track of where we are in the story and what's happening. And so
I feel like it's because we're bouncing around and or making and doing specials and wrap ups and all that. Which I blame that, not you.
Right, which I don't mind. I actually love that. I think it's nice.
I think it'll work.
But for my task as a storyteller, it is a little bit problematic. So I had to go back. I was just telling Julian earlier, I did listen to 4 hours of Forever Sorting today.
Thanks for the watch time.
You're welcome. I don't actually normally go back and listen because why? I was the one talking. So, but I went back to see where we were, and not realizing a lot of those episodes were like special episodes that didn't continue the story on. But I saw finally with my own two eyes the quality of the image.
Oh,
and sound's never really an issue. Sound seems like
never
it's fine
ever
the whole time.
Yep.
But it gets oddly bad at random times.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
it's internet usage in Connecticut or in your town or in your neighborhood.
All the above.
Mm-hmm.
All the above.
It's your neighbor.
Yeah. So let's let's knock our intro out. So here we are, another episode of Forever Sorting. Thank you guys for coming back, continuing to stick with us through this program. We're a year into this.
Yeah, man.
We're a full 365 days into this program.
And only missed one episode.
Right. Philly Brickfest 2019. But other than that, we're here again. If you guys have any interest in following me outside of this program, you can find my website at KevinAHinkle.com. Boop. You can also follow me on social media at Mr. Kevin Hinkle. Or if you want to follow just my work as a freelance artist, you can find me at Mr. Hinkle Draws. Aside from that, I am a freelance artist. I'm an illustrator, and I illustrate a comic called Bricks in the Middle. It's about Lego fans for Lego fans. You can find information about that at bricksinthemiddle.com or social media at BITM Comics. And we do have a store there. You can buy stuff to show your support of Bricks in the Middle comic. I appreciate it.
But Kevin, do they have the big boy sizes?
I think so. I think
know
so.
they do. Yeah.
Printful does. And so we've got a couple shirts, and hopefully, if all things go according to plan, very soon we will have the enamel pins, the minifigs, the 1x8 bricks. I think that's it on the site as well for the store. Boop. So check that out. I appreciate it. And last but not least, what's actually, I would say, super important is A-Full shirts. So I design Lego-inspired T-shirts that mesh together Lego themes and non-Lego related themes for kind of a cool, funky design. I've been doing that also for over a year with Bricks on the Dollar. We're losing subscribers, folks. We've been losing subscribers.
Come on, people.
It's okay. I get it. I understand.
Click needs your help.
And my kids also enjoy eating. It is a joint venture. Chris and I do make money from every shirt that is sold via the subscription service or on Amazon. So check it out. If you go to the subscription service, it's only $20 a month. You get a brand new Lego design shirt from us every single month. If you'd rather not do the subscription, you can check out our Amazon store. The links there are on bricksofthedollar.com. And we've got 10 designs now on the Amazon store. And I think a lot of kind of our most famous ones are there right now. So
I tell you what, folks, I'm going to tell secrets, and I don't know. Have you showed the latest one yet?
I have not fully. I haven't even the teaser. So actually, you guys are seeing this Sunday morning. The teaser would have just gone out yesterday.
I've already seen it, folks. It's beautiful. Teaser. I love it. You guys are in for a surprise and a treat. And I'm not just saying that because Kevin's here.
Would you use the word delightful?
I would use the word delightful, fun. What is not frolicky? I can't remember.
Whimsical.
Whimsical. I love it. Yes, it's full of whimsy. It's not whimsical.
Yeah. So the Lego theme is Western, which I did put a work in progress shot of me designing it on my laptop because I am behind and I was behind. So I wanted to make sure I had put something out in the ether that I was working on a new design. And so I've been racking my head about trying to come up with a clever Western design for months. And I finally was like, oh yeah, that's simple. I could do that. So, right. And I never thought flex tape.
Yep, there it is. Now that's just you know who you are.
Is that a Titanium J reference?
That is a Titanium. I'm glad you know that, Kevin. Look, people, Kevin is a man of the community.
We wish Titanium J well on his journey to college. It has been slightly humorous listening to him talk. It almost sounds like though his life's going to end when he goes to college. He's been saying some goofy things. He's like, I don't know how much time I'll have for all you guys when I go to college. It's just like, you're not dying, Titanium J. You're going to school. It's all right. But we wish him well. Good luck, buddy. We'll be here when you come back. Don't worry. Well, hey,
in the castle.
We'll leave the light on for you.
There you go. Motel 6, everybody. I think they're a sponsor now, Kevin.
They are officially?
Yeah.
Are they officially a sponsor?
So, yeah.
Oh, and guess what? No, I already said that. You guys already know, but that's my that's my award-winning sculpture from Bricks in the Six.
You need to put the trophy on it or in front of it.
Boop. Yeah, I have it. Where do I have it? Where is it?
Uh-oh. Your son parted it out.
Oh, you know what? That's probably in the box of special fan treasures is where it is probably.
That's not fan treasure. That is a fan who got a treasure.
Ooh, so
welcome to this side of the curtain.
Welcome back. Yeah, that's where the two Rockies. You have two Rockies, right? And you have three in total, grand total.
Okay. Two in perpetuity? No, that's not right.
Reality.
I built a third one because Erica Brooks took the actual physical one award home. It was the collab from 18.
Got it.
And she took that one home, but we all were winners, and I was the only one who was like, I'm going to build one. So I built a multicolor one. And then I had a little tiny competition that no one knew about at Philly Brickfest 2019, and it was your best multicolor build.
Oh yeah, you did.
Haley did a DeLorean and won the multicolor trophy.
There it is. Good job,
Haley. So Haley has it now. Whether or not she parted it out or not, I don't know.
It's gone.
I hope it's still together, but to each their own.
That's awesome. So you are officially, not that anyone keeps track.
No one ever keeps track.
But everyone keeps track.
Right.
You are beating me by one trophy.
I only know of one of your trophies. What is the other trophy?
It's a little old. I have a Brick Fair New England award for most likely to be a set. Oh, so that is a category that Brick Fair awards something to every show.
What did it become a set?
No. Well, kind of.
Get out.
So it was my Lego store model, actually.
Oh.
It was the last time I ever displayed the Lego store mock I made from the Austin store. You guys remember? You've been here from the beginning.
Yeah.
So that store model I had on display for many years after I left that store. I actually had it in the office in Enfield with me. And when I went to Brick Fair New England, I want to say 2013, which was in New Hampshire, I said, you know what? I'm going to go for fun. I wasn't going for work. I was going on my own time. Which proved to be problematic, but we'll get there. We'll get there. But I took the Lego store model as my mock. Nice. I think it might have been the only mock I had. And it won. So it won most likely to be a set. And now, since then, there's been several like Lego store models that you can get from grand openings and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, at one point, a very high-ranking executive asked to have my Lego store model, and I was like, no, because it's all mine and all my own bricks, and I put a lot of time and effort into it. But he said, well, how about you redesign it in Digital Designer and I'll buy the bricks to build it myself. And I started it on my free time at home.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like the back wall and like the pick a brick wall and a couple of the bays with the product shelves on it, and it was like up to like $1,000. And he was like, "Oh, never mind."
Oh, bless his heart. But hey, Kevin, can you just give it to us?
Can you just get it?
That made the Lego?
Yeah, it's always. Isn't it amazing? Like, no matter what profession, no matter what field, the people just want things.
Oh yeah, look! You made a thing. I think I'll take it now.
And it's like, oh, I mean, I'm happy to give you the thing, but it's going to be worth my time and effort. And then it's like, well, never mind. It's like,
you're not gonna. No.
This is when you cue like, "Hello, darkness, my old friend."
There it is. Yeah.
So, but yeah. So here we are again, another episode. I really would like to continue the story for you guys because I know you've been super patient.
Woo!
And been waiting around, and we've had some really fun specials.
Tangents.
Special tangents.
Reed, are they tangents?
Special tangents.
I tell you what, I like StreamYard.
It's good, isn't it?
It feels good.
All right. My instinct is to use my right hand to point up. So
Be careful.
Left hand.
Let me get you there. Boop. Rip your arm off. There it is. Today's live stream was brought to you by StreamYard.
Quack.
That mother-sucking duck.
So
that's Affleck's first cousin, by the way.
Affleck.
First cousin. They're both sponsors.
Okay, so from what I could see, going back on the journey with you guys in the last couple episodes, I had said that kind of the next big milestone was Brick Fair, Alabama 2012. And that was going to be my last training show with Jim, who was my manager. And so that was in Birmingham, Alabama. And as far as I know, that was the first year Brick Fair was in Alabama.
That was going to be my next question.
I think that was year one.
Okay.
So I'm going to take it up from there. I did check. I don't have photographs. The reason I don't have photographs is at that time, we did not have a team camera.
All they had was phones.
We just had our phones, which, yeah, you could take photos with your phones.
Flip phones.
No, we didn't. We did not have flip phones. We had iPhones.
Oh, my.
We had iPhones. We had company-issued iPhones. But I don't know. I feel like back then, I went, when I got my company phone, I went from my BlackBerry Torch to my iPhone, whatever number it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like back then it still wasn't quite common practice for me to go, oh, photograph. Like it still wasn't quite there in my head.
Yeah.
I definitely did not do that with my BlackBerry. Photograph. Like I just wouldn't.
And it was, if I recall my BlackBerry, when you took a picture, it was about that big.
Yeah.
That was it.
High res, total high res.
Yeah.
So it wasn't quite instinctive yet to just, pull up the phone, take a picture. So there wasn't any phones. We didn't have a camera. But it was a great time. Brick Fair, Alabama, as you guys likely know, still continues to this day.
Mm-hmm.
It is a wonderful show in Birmingham, downtown Birmingham, which come to think of it, yeah, no, all right, I'm glad I said that. I was talking about Bricks and the Six recently, and I said, I don't think there are many shows that happen in the town that they're named after, but I didn't say only.
Right.
So I was glad I didn't say that because Birmingham is in Birmingham.
Yeah, and this is where I interject. Just for you guys that don't know, January 2020, the YouTube Nation, like the YouTube Lego Nation, is going to take over Brick Fair, Alabama, with all of our hearts and all of our bricks, and we're going to try and inundate ourselves into their wonderful, illustrious little community as well, and have a big old time.
Boom. I am particularly looking forward to what the YouTubers can do to the night scene. I don't know if that's an appropriate term. But
there may be bag slapping.
So that's for you, Dave.
There it
Dave, Scott Toys, Dave, our friend Dave at Scott Toys. So yeah, Brick for Alabama. This was my final training show. So to recap you guys in the way that Jim approached this with me was Brick Fiesta in Texas was my first show, and I was to just do nothing, sit there and watch him, don't speak, absorb knowledge, absorb protocol. The next show was BrickCon in Seattle, that 2011, where we definitely kind of split. I couldn't do Brick Fair. Brick Fair would have been first in Virginia, but I was moving that weekend.
Yeah.
So BrickCon was the next show. I went. We had some fun. You know, we announced some stuff, and there was cool things. But it was very much a partnership, a 50-50. Yeah. Like, I'll do this, you do that. We both recoup and ask questions as they come about. Alabama was like, here it is, buddy. Like, I remember Jim was there very much in a backseat capacity. He was like, this is your show. I want to watch you do the Q&A. And there was a Lego Q&A. There for many years, there always was. Yeah. He's like, I want you to do the Q&A. I want you to round up fans for meals and talk to them. I want you to do all of that. I'm just going to watch and I'm going to critique. So I was like, okay. So that was that Alabama show. As I mentioned before, that was the first time I got to meet Victor and Maggie from Eclipse Graphics. And from what they've told me, that was also the first show they had ever like physically boothed at. Wow. So they had been, doing services for, their celebrations actually recently, their 10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
But that was the first show that they physically went to, set up a table, set up a booth, and sold products at a show.
Love it.
So that was kind of cool. So that was the first time of that. Oh, hang on. Stand by.
All right. And that's where we left Kevin off. He was Alabama. So like I said, so if you have any interest in getting to Alabama, so just email Kevin. There you go. Right there at kevinahinkle.com for any questions you have about Brick Fair, Alabama. He will be happy to answer your millions and millions of emails.
What? Oh, hello.
Yeah, I just told them that you would take all of their questions about Brick Fair, Alabama.
So I am happy that if you have questions in general about one of the Brick Fair shows, if it's like a procedural question or whatever, feel free to hit me up. Like, I don't mind answering them.
It's right there.
And it's right there.
Are you good?
Yeah. And social media works really well too. So if you want to send me like a Twitter mail or an Instagram DM and you're like, hey, how does this work? I'd rather you guys ask and know than just show up and be like, I'm lost.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Also, I will also take questions and I will give you the wrong answers.
It's a hard job, but someone's got to do it.
There it is.
So
if you ask me questions, I'll tell you it's not in Birmingham.
It's not in Birmingham. So yeah, that was fun. Obviously, it was also a little nerve-wracking for me because this is like almost like the test time. Like, what have I learned? This is the final exam. From what I recall, I did have some criticisms. It wasn't anything super harsh. Jim had said, just be careful. Fans always love to read way too far into every sentence you say. And I'm like, yeah, and that was very true and still remains.
Kevin, are you saying that AFOLs take things too far? Can I quote you?
You may. You can type it up and put it on the bottom. It's one of those lessons that seems ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, well, of course. I mean, yeah, we want them listening to what we say. If you're a PR representative or a community representative, surely you want them to listen to you. But you really have to get boots on the ground to understand. No, like you say 5 words, those words will be taken verbatim. And like fans will go into a Lego store and they'll say, well, Kevin Hinkle at the community team told me XYZ. And it's like, oh, I didn't expect that you were going to take what I told you and go straight into a Lego store and tell it to the manager as if some kind of bargaining chip to get what you want. Like, right. I didn't realize that was the conversation we were having.
There it is.
But that happened all the time. And so he was just giving me words of caution that, from his perspective of being a fellow fan at the show, not really, but like examining me, that there was certain times that I would say certain things. He's like, I could take what you said there and call customer service and get you in trouble. Or I could, and I'm like, okay, I get it. Like you just have to be really careful about the words you choose, how you say it. Remember that, anyone's going to record everything you say, just like he told me before Brick Fiesta. He's like, remember, anything you say will be put on a blog.
Yeah.
And it was over and over again.
So shame on the Lego community.
It's part of a ravenous fan base. That's what happens.
Yeah.
You cling to little bits of information. I mean, I'm a fan of stuff too. I love Nintendo games. I love DC Comics stuff. I love Marvel stuff. And when there's like no information, you start clinging to every little bit of information you can find. And that becomes like the universal truth because you have nothing else.
Absolutely.
And so when you have this ominous red box known as the Lego Group that just spits out products at you, and when you ask them questions, they don't really answer, or they give you answers that are clearly written from a customer service rep thinking they're talking to a child.
Yeah.
You don't get real answers. So when the community reps,
I got you. It's like Oz, the great and powerful Oz from Wizard of Oz behind the curtain.
Yeah. Yep. So that was, it was fine. That was there. No, I think actually maybe that's the next year. Maybe I'm skipping ahead.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. But it was a good show. It still is a great show. Like I said, it is in downtown Birmingham. The first couple of years when I was going to that show, the food options were terrible. There was no food. There was like a Subway that was in like that same convention center. Like you could walk across the little parking circle and there'd be a Subway. Subway gets real old after you've eaten it every day.
You don't eat so much bread.
Yeah. And Birmingham then, 2012, was one of those downtowns where, it's downtown. Let's shut everything down. It's the weekend.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a nice, vibrant little thing here in the week. And then as soon as you get to the weekend, every restaurant or food establishment closes.
There's nobody at work going there to eat.
Yeah. And so, of course, I'm like, oh, this is lame. It's not that way anymore. I can assure you, after I've gone the last couple of years, it is not that way anymore. There's a lot of stuff right around walking distance. It's great. But I remember it was rough. I ate a lot of Subway that first year. I was like, man, okay, it's fine the first time. It's all right the second time. Okay, I'm done with it the third time. All right, I guess I'm eating it again for a fourth time. Right. So that was something I remember getting to meet and talk directly with the groups in the area. So at that show, if I recall correctly, that would have been the Magic City Lego user group, the McLug, not to be confused with any type of affiliation with McDonald's. But I always thought it was MC Lug, but they usually say McLug is what they say. There was also the Tennessee Valley Lego Train Club, which eventually changed their name to what it is now, which is the Tennessee Valley Lego user group. So not LTC, but LUG.
Gotcha. That's important, folks. That's important. We could do a whole episode on the difference between those two?
We could. I'll write that in my notes.
Yes, please do.
As I've mentioned, I needed to start doing this because we're getting to that point now.
Yeah.
LTC versus LUG. So they're an awesome club. They're really, really kind folks, and they're very talented and passionate folks in that club. I remember at the Alabama show, we also flex tape.
Sorry,
We
Kev.
also I probably wouldn't notice it if it wasn't like bright pink. We also had the Greater Florida Lego User Group came up, which the group, the group may sound like
Never heard of them.
Well, so when I say group, maybe 4 people.
That's about it. I didn't expect to hear that many people show up.
Yeah. And it could be 2 husbands and their wives, but
is it that big?
Well, and here's the thing about GFlug, because I know we have a lot of folks, including Julian, who live in the state of Florida. And they're like, what is going on in Florida? From what I understand, Florida has GFlug, they have Orange Lug, and I think there's one more that I'm forgetting about. Now, the problem is that it is a huge mystery as to the current state of GFlug. GFlug's ambassador and founder, Robin Werner, who is a really kind person, passed away.
Yeah.
And Robin was kind of like the workhorse for the club.
Or the glue.
The glue, indeed. Or dare I say, the flex tape.
The what?
The flex tape.
Oh, sorry. The flex tape.
Bam.
There it is.
So Robin could hold a show on his own.
Yeah.
And he wasn't usually alone. Usually he had, like I said, 1 or 2 other guys that come with him. I think Mark Staffa is a name I recall being with GFlug. And they had a vast layout, like a town layout with a baseball field and a huge parking lot. I remember they had like a public storage parking lot, which was really cool. Because it's like one of those normal things that I think is neat. That people are like, that's boring. But it's a public storage lot and it looks great. But they would all bring this out of this trailer and they would drive up from Florida. Robin passed away, and Robin was like as I said, the guy that usually had all the tables. He's the guy that had the trailer. He's the guy that had a bulk of the builds. Yeah. And so when he passed away, the club just screeched to a halt, and I feel like it has never recovered.
I don't think it has, because I reached out a few years ago and got little or no feedback, and I'm not mad at him. I just wanted to be like, well, I gotta join something.
Sure. I mean, there's nothing wrong with asking questions. I mean, like, hey,
I'm gonna jump in here real quick. So we are in works right now. When I say we, I mean Brick Jams,
the royal we.
Yeah, Brick Jams and some other AFOLs from this area are working on getting lug started. So if you are in the tri-state area, or even as far as consider yourself in the South, just go email Brick Jams.
And there's not a site yet.
What? No.
Okay, right. Okay.
No, there is. It's not open to the public.
The URL has been purchased. There's just no content.
And there are things on the site. I've actually.
Oh, okay. Oh,
but you can't see them.
Got it. Okay.
But it's Deep South Lug.
Fair enough.
They're working tirelessly.
Yeah, and the thing that's amazing about Florida, I guess, is that the number of fellow fans I meet on a regular basis, whether it's digital or physical at a show, that say they are from Florida and would like to join a lug or a group or have been unsuccessful in connecting with the ones that exist, is astonishing.
Yes.
It outnumbers any other state that I get.
And I tell you, and I think I know Texas is big, but if the distance between me and Bricksomniac, right, who is an all friend of mine, the same distance it is from me to Virginia.
That's
and me and Juan are in the same state.
You might as well go to Brick Fair then.
Yeah. Whereas, he's waiting for a show in Orlando or whatever, and then we're sitting there, and I'm like, well, I can go to Virginia, or I can go to Orlando, and it'd be almost the same length.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
It's super ridiculous.
Todd, if you can hear the sound of my voice, Brick Fair needs to go to Jacksonville.
There it is. If you can hear the sound of my voice,
they will come, Todd.
Yeah.
The AFOLs will flock from, because other than one, everything else is only 6 hours away.
Yeah.
I 3 from Pensacola, 6 from Orlando to Jacksonville. Everybody will be there.
There it is. Everyone. #everyone will be there.
Everybody will be there just waiting for you to get there, Todd.
There it is.
Todd, I'm talking to you. Todd never watches the show. But
no.
But Todd, I'm talking to you. Kevin, show him this clip.
Hey, you can tell him also when you go to Alabama.
Oh, don't you worry. I'm gonna be all in Todd's ear. I'm the only one that can reach it.
It's true. Is he taller than you?
Oh yes, very much so. He's 3 or 4 inches taller.
I mean, you guys are like ints. It's really like just watching ints talk to each other, and you're like,
yeah, he's yeah.
But
he's lean.
It's great. So yeah, and as I think I've mentioned this before, but so Brick Fair, Alabama was my first Brick Fair because I had missed the Virginia show. So that was my first Brick Fair. So that was the first time I met Todd. And as you just heard me joke, Todd is a tall guy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm the brand new, fresh-faced, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed Lego community rep who's out here representing a global toy company and all the mistakes and things they make. And I'm like, oh, hello. I go up to the check-in desk to check in, and there's Todd sitting down at the desk with his laptop. Usually that is where you'll find Todd at a show, sitting somewhere with a laptop. Todd is a programmer, and if he cannot fix it with programming,
it cannot be fixed.
So, and I went over there and I was like, oh, hi, I'm Kevin. I'm the new community rep. And he's like, oh, hello. And so he stands up, and this is actually perfect right here with this camera and this angle. So like you're me right now. And you're like, oh, hi. Nice to meet you. I'm your new community rep. Oh, hi. Nice to meet you. And I was like, oh, I mean, he's a tall guy, guys.
Oh, I got a pro tip real quick, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not talking to the AFOLs. Well, I'm talking to some of the AFOLs, but I want the T-Falls to listen out right now. When you meet somebody for the first time and they extend their hand and they're standing, you stand up and you shake their hand.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Is what you do. No, you don't understand, Kevin. I work with juveniles all day long. They don't know this.
Yeah. Do they just stare at you, or do they sit there and shake it at your hand?
No, they'll reach up and shake your hand while they're still sitting there. Yeah. So I'm sorry. Pro tip.
Do better.
I think we've got one, and here it comes.
Oh,
Kevin, do better. It's not a Kevin, do better. Wait.
I'm trying to hold it.
Oh, okay. Oh,
that's not appropriate. So there it is. I mean, I could eat, actually. It's going to be dinner time very soon for me.
I know. I can't wait. I'm so excited to make food.
Outside of that,
tangent for days.
For days. I don't want to downplay the show. The show is great.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of meeting Todd, outside of it being my last training show, outside of Jim giving me kind of my rite of passage to keep going, meeting Eclipse Graphics, meeting the lugs in that area. I can't remember a lot of the other intricacies of the show. Like it was another show, right? There was some amazing mocks. There was a lot of games and programming. I remember the area was really nice. The hotel was very nice. And it stayed there. It hasn't moved from that first year to where it is now. It hasn't changed locations.
It's a nice location. I was there in June.
Yeah. It's nice. It's a nice little area.
That was 7 months ago.
Yeah, isn't it amazing? And if nothing, they've just developed around it more and more.
I love it.
Because there really wasn't a lot there. And as I said, now there's tons of food options. There's all kinds of great stuff around there that's walkable. But so it was a great show, and it was a good show to be like my last training show because it's small. It was a small show.
Yeah.
It's grown ever since then. It continues to grow, which is awesome. It is the second most successful Brick Fair event outside of the flagship Virginia event. But that was it. That was my first show. It's the typical formula where, setup day was Thursday. Only Chicago and Virginia do the whole 5-day behemoth. But it's like, setup Thursday, the show's all day Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday, public time on the weekend. All that stuff was the same. It was the same stuff. And I was there. I didn't stay any extra. For almost every trip I did on the Lego Dime, I didn't tend to stay a lot of extra time because I kind of thought it was inappropriate.
It sounds like stealing.
Like there was a lot of folks. I mean, again, I may be getting ahead of myself. There was a lot of folks that I worked with and still work there that really abuse the travel.
Well,
at Lego.
That again, in my opinion, that also lends itself with the society as a whole.
Yeah.
They're a bunch of poopy heads.
There it is. That's the censored version.
There it is.
But we'll have some of those.
Do better.
We'll have some of those tales soon enough.
We're waiting, Kevin. I've been waiting this whole time to hear the bad stuff.
I'll take a note just so I don't forget. Travel luxuries.
Poopy butt.
But so I didn't usually do any type of sightseeing at these kind of things. I would go and I would spend my time with the fans. And it was very much in line with what Jim told me. Jim said, you are a community representative and Lego is sending you there to talk to fans. So I want you spending your time talking to fans.
I tell you what, though, I'm very satisfied that I met you as a fan and not a professional. Because I feel like our friendship is better for it.
Well, and so I'm going to choose my words carefully.
Watch yourself.
I don't want to downplay or imply that any lasting relationships I made as a Lego community representative didn't mean anything to me.
Correct.
But I need everyone to acknowledge that I was literally the only human on behalf of a global toy company that was representing the company to a fan base through lugs, through shows, cons, through fan media for 2 continents. So I was the single point of contact with, 15 to 20 different shows, 130 different lugs. I was meeting thousands of people a year, and it was very difficult for me to remember names. It's not like I didn't try. It took me meeting you over and over and over and over and over before I was like, oh yeah. And it didn't mean that I didn't enjoy the time that I would spend with you or ask you questions or talk with people. I was there to do that. That's why I was there. But so a lot of the relationships that I have formed post that also mean a little bit more to me, because this is now me putting my time where I want to put it.
Yeah.
And where I care to put it. It doesn't mean I don't get my onslaught of stupid inquiries from the community. I still do. I still get it.
Look, everybody, he spends his time with me.
I still get silly questions that are not like Brick Fair related or not related to my different efforts that I'm doing. Like people literally like, I can't reach anyone at Lego. Can you please tell me how to get a missing piece request? And it's like, really?
Really?
I get things like that. I get stuff like that.
I'm going to do an episode on that. I'm just going to do a little live stream on that one day.
Very good. Very good.
Just on like maybe today. We'll see what happens.
There it is. See how we're feeling.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does mean a little bit more to me now. And definitely a lot of those relationships that I made as a community rep have totally carried through.
Sure.
Andrew Bulltop, who's been on our program before, Bionicle Andrew, he was somebody I only met as a community rep, and I still maintain that close relationship today.
You can go back even further, Arizona
Dan.
There it is.
I mean, there's a lot of folks that, I met in a professional capacity, but we are still good friends now.
Yeah.
And there's people I met that I don't talk to anymore, and I don't care to talk to anymore. So it's just, it's how it is.
He's still talking to me.
But that's where I'm going to leave us for today. Brick Fair, Alabama is done. I am knighted. Jim has knighted me. You are community rep. You are now going to be without supervision from here on out, you will go to the shows as the Lego representative.
My God.
My God, indeed. We are January 2012.
January 2012.
That's where we're at.
Was it Martin Luther King weekend?
Yep.
There you go.
So we've got, let's see, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We have 5 years left.
5 years, folks.
5 glorious years.
Well, that was 10, but okay.
That was that's
you put like this. There you go. There you go.
Drop shadow.
Oh,
so
art thing.
Yeah. So as always, really appreciate you guys listening. If you have questions, throw them below. As always, you can find me anywhere you want to find me and ask me anything you want to ask me. Maybe I'll reply. Maybe I won't. But hey, guys, everybody.
That's
Julian.
And that's
actually a Koopa. But that's Julian.
No, that's a pink castle.
There he is.
Hold on. I bet if we do this.
Oh boy.
Oh, beep. No. Touch fingers. Is
this is this our Kirk and Spock moment when we're like, one of us is dying behind the glass? You have always been my greatest friend.
See that? I got it on tape. We said it.
Remember, everybody.
What? All right.
You gotta love that. Flex tape.
Where'd it go? Oh, I moved it around. Hang on. Boop. There it is.
Bye,
everybody.
See you next time.